Hello, everybody. We will start in a minute. Our peer advisors, Maxim and Asiel, will briefly talk about degree program and then demonstrate how to register and talk about tips and tricks for the registration. So as I said, they will have a presentation, brief presentation, and then you can ask your questions and raise hands.
Okay, may I start presenting? Right. On this slide, you can see the priorities. You will only need the first priority and the second priority for this fall semester. First priority is August 12th, 10 a.m. For engineering measures, as you heard this morning, you all have almost the same required courses for this fall semester. It's Calculus 1, Physics 161, Engineering 100, Engineering 101. And you can take either Rhetoric and Composition or History of Kazakhstan. They can be interchanged. So yes, as you can see, it works for every engineering major. In this table, you can see the priorities. So you have the first priority for every course except History of Kazakhstan, for which you have the second priority. So yeah, you don't need to worry about the third priority this fall semester. Yeah, if it's clear, we can start demonstrating the test register.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So here's what my approximate schedule would look like if I were a freshman engineering student. As you can see, you need to register all the sections that relate to this course. For example, everything that is under abbreviation FES 161 must be registered. That is a lecture, recitation, and a laboratory. Even if you don't sit for the entire 3 hours doing labs, you will not be able to register for other courses in that period of time. So keep this in mind when scheduling, choose the appropriate time duration. Okay, let's go to the test register. My name is Test, my surname is Seng. During the registration, at the time you will see the button course registration, click here, and then there are several ways to find the course that suits you, but of course the fastest is through the course code. So I also have, course abbreviations. So here you can see that I have a course abbreviation. Since I understand that the competition for registration of engineering courses occurs only between engineering majors, I will start from Rhetoric and Composition, since all freshmen have a priority for it. And besides, in the sections of Rhetorics and Composition, there are only 15 people, which is very small capacity. So I will start with Rhetoric and Composition. I copy this code And also, I advise you to write down the abbreviation of courses as well as numbers of sections, lectures, labs, recitation. I also, as you can see, I also have like spare sections, emergency sections for rhetoric, but I advise you to have more, this plan B, plan C, more spare options in all courses. So I paste it here, enter, and I choose rhetoric and composition. Okay, oh, sorry. Yes, I chose it. So as you can see, I have two tabs open. In the first, I find and select courses, and in the second one, I chose the time and register the courses. The most important thing is not to forget pre-register button. So let's say that I want, so my first lecture is 19th. So I want to register for this course. I find this section 19, but I see that I'm on the waiting list. You can be placed on the waiting list. It has a capacity of 10 people, and when registering, it will show that in which part of the list you are in. That is in the first part or in the second part. It's written that I'm on the second half of the waiting list. So I don't want to be in the wait list, so I'm going to register my plan B. My plan B is the 8th section. Don't forget to click pre-register button. Okay, so now I'm going to register math and physics. Don't forget about such an important thing that physics has a core requisite, meaning that you can only register physics if you already have mathematics registered. So let's paste math, add selected courses. Also, I am typing phys and add it to selected courses. For example, here, if I choose physics, 4th lecture, 7th lab, and 12th recitation, it will show me that I cannot register physics because I haven't registered calculus 1. So for calculus 1, I need 9th lecture and 13th recitation. Okay, I'm successfully registered, and now I can register physics. 4th lecture, 7th phys lab, and 12th recitation. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to register engineering courses. I only type Eng and 1 because there are only 2 courses with engineering 100 level, and we need both of them. So this is a small life hack. For engineering, for intro to engineering, you only have 1 lecture. So I choose it, and I need the 4th lab. And for programming for engineers, I have, okay, let's say 4th lecture, then 2nd lab. If you neglect choosing appropriate time, you can have a time clash, and the register will not allow you to register courses. So take it responsibly, have plan B, plan C.
Asya, can you show also when you have a time clash? Maybe you will choose something that is conflicting.
Yes, of course. Let's say I want another okay, let's say I have this section. I think that they all are okay. For example, here I chose lab number 2, and it clashes with my lab, physics lab. So if I click pre-register, I see that there is a time conflict. Okay. So do not forget to evenly distribute the courses, because when you have, I know that some students want to have a break day, for example, first day when they have no classes. But when you have many lessons in a row in one day, it will be especially difficult for you during exams and quizzes. Also, do not forget about this button. Try not to click this button, send to advisor, because when you click send to advisor, then you cannot change your schedule at all. You cannot drop, you cannot add any courses. So you can do this before the deadline, or it will send the schedule to your advisor automatically. Also, do not open register on 2 devices, because I thought that my laptop is slow, and then I remember that I opened the register on my computer, but it was slower, so I needed to log in again, so I spent a lot of time. So please open it only on 1 device, but you can have 2 or more tabs in your browser. Check the speed of your internet. Also, wired internet is much faster rather than Wi-Fi. So if you can do it, use your LAN cable. Do not repeat my mistakes. And the test register, it will be closed tonight at 12
Yes, at midnight.
a.m., right? Yes.
At midnight, it will be closed. Till then, you can practice. And also, Aysel and Maxim will have some questions in Q&A. Do we need to register now?
We really advise you to register by using test register website. So practice a lot as much as you can, but not confuse the real website. Tomorrow, forget about the test register at all. Do not confuse them. Don't panic. But now you can practice.
Okay, what is the difference between schools, or between sections?
You mean the first, the second, third one, right?
Yes.
So, as I said before, you need to register all the sections like lectures or labs or stations, and all of them have different numbers. So they are not repeated. So it's really important, because as you can see, I used these numbers when I registered, because you see I used the first number and
then the abbreviation, right? LS,
yes, right.
lab. And also there is a difference in professors, in instructors, and in time between these sections.
That's right.
How can I check my instructor?
You can check it on course schedule.
On course schedule or on my registrar. When you have registered your class, it will be written that your instructor's name. It's a good question. What's better, to have equally spread lessons throughout the whole week, or to have intense Tuesday and Thursday?
Yes, I said it before, that it's better to evenly distribute the classes, especially for engineers. You have intense days, and so do not try to have a break day. Try to distribute them evenly.
Can you please explain about waiting list?
As I said, there are 10 people can be in the waiting list. So when you register, and if the places are run out, so you can be placed in the waiting list, but it will show you in which half you are in. For example, in the first half, it means that you are from the first to 5th places, and second half, of course, from 6th to 10th.
But you have to remember that waiting list doesn't guarantee you a seat in the class, and waiting list will be dropped after the drop deadline. So,
Yes.
but you have to attend all the classes even if you're in the waiting list to keep up the attendance.
And if there is a capacity increase, you can
be added
be
automatically.
registered.
Right?
Yes, from the waiting list to the course.
Does test registrar show the true information about the number of enrolled students? Not necessarily. It's a practice site, so it can differ from the real website. Okay, I've answered this question. What would you recommend for labs? Is it better to have them early in the morning, or option with evening is better? I think Maxim has more experience with labs, so he can answer.
Yeah, I think this is a very personal thing. For example, if you believe that you can perform on labs in the evening better than in the morning, you have to register them in the evening. Also, you may not worry about this one, because even if you have a lab in the evening or in the morning, still the deadline will be maybe 12 a.m. or the instructor will assign the deadline early in the morning. So it doesn't matter when your lab is, it's like more important due to which time you have to submit the lab.
Okay. I have 4 or 5 lectures on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I think it was answered about distribution of the load. If I choose computer science, which courses should I take in test registrar? For the computer science, there will be a mock registration session at 3:30 p.m. So please attend that session. Can you send the link to the test register?
I'm sorry, it's now on.
It's now on?
Yes.
Okay. For the computer science, they have to, I think, register physics 1, calculus 1.
CSCI 151.
Maybe we could send the link to the chat that he can switch to the computer science.
But you can text me, because I was a computer science student before.
Yes, you can also ask our peer advisors. Okay, this is I sent the link to the next session that is going on right now for computer science students. Please attend and ask your questions there. Okay, can you send the link to test registrar? Okay, I will. Can you answer other questions? I will find the link.
When my place in class is guaranteed, is it when they are approved by my advisor, or when I add them to my schedule? I think that if you follow your recommended schedule, and if you are successfully registered for the course, then it's a guarantee that you have a seat on this class.
Yes, it is also very important that you go to every lecture that you have, especially during the first week, because instructor can drop you from the lecture if you like miss at least some of them during the first week of your studies. So don't miss the lectures.
Yes, because there are people in the waiting list, and maybe they need this place more than you.
Also, I used test registrar once, but pressed send to advisor. How can I try another time? In this case, the problem is advisors do not have an access to the test register, so I don't think you can practice anymore because you have already sent to advisor. Can we enter test register with our new email? Yes, you have to use a new email. It's a test accounts are just for us to show you. Why many courses in test register are already full, whereas in the course schedule table there are still available places? Well, as we have said before, test register and real register are two completely different things. So the updates on the test register is not on the course schedule table. So don't worry, if there are still available places on the course schedule document, you will be able to register it on the real register. So don't confuse them. Can you please send me Zoom recording? Thanks in advance. Well, we will try to post it on our website, so please check our website. Do they have different content? About the sections, do they have different content they're saying?
No, if you, for example, register physics 161 and all the lectures, they have to have the same content. Maybe one section will be further about the material than another section, but at the end of the course, you will cover the same topics.
Can I register both rhetoric and composition and history of Kazakhstan to be sure, and then drop one of them? Yes, you can take both of them, but your advisor probably will not allow to take both of them for the semester, but you can take both of them for now to think and to choose which course you like the most. Where can we practice to register?
Sorry, Biknur,
Okay.
to the previous question, if you register, for example, after during the first priority to the rhetorics and composition, but you have already 34 credits, so you can't register history of Kazakhstan.
Yes, so the system will allow only maximum of 36 credits, not more. Where can we practice to register? I have sent to the chat, please check the chat. I have sent the link to the test register website. Okay. Okay, we have sent it. Do you know when transfer results will be out? This is out of topic, but it's not available now, right now. It will be probably in the evening. Okay. We have sent it, the name of the website. How can we contact with our advisors? You can go through our website. I will send you a link in the chat. Can you answer other questions, Asir, Maxim?
Each time which we registered in test register in UEducaZ, the same as is going to be tomorrow. We have shown during the presentation that,
yes,
we have shown during the presentation which time tomorrow we have the real registration, but again, just keep in mind that test register and the real one are completely different things.
Yes, and test register will be closed at midnight. In our orientation schedule, we have only an hour for the registration. Is that really like that, since the course dropping adding deadlines are much later? Okay, registration is not 1 hour thing. It's not. It's an ongoing process. So it doesn't mean that after an hour it will be closed. It will be open constantly. And otherwise, if it's closed, you'll be notified. And so you can drop the course since till the drop deadline and add the course till the adding deadline. But it doesn't mean that you have only 1 hour to register for all of your courses. But in reality, it can take only seconds, right?
Thank you.
Okay, I see you are cute. Okay. If there are several instructors written in a schedule, should I choose one of them?
You can choose several instructors, for example, one for the lecture, second one for the recitation, and the third one for lab. But I think almost there's always the instructor for the lecture will give you grades, will assess you.
Okay.
So it's okay to choose several instructors.
Is there a difference between choosing section numbers? I think we have answered to that question. What if you press send to advisor in test register, then you cannot change any courses there and you cannot practice anymore. Does the test register show the taken places that have been chosen during the test session? Yes, yes. It is on that only test register website, not on the real website. So it differs. How can we choose professor if there are several of them in one time? For example, as engineering 1L.
If you have a lecture and it is assigned that several instructors are conducting this lecture, this means that you will be evaluated during the semester by several people, and it's like they will be leading the course interchangeably. So you are not choosing among them, you will be working with all of them.
I have some problems with my register. Please explain what should I do there. Can you show on the screen what the real registrar looks like and how to log in to your real My Registrar?
So you click this My Register at the top, in the right corner. Then you type in, you log in. And here you have several buttons, but you choose this course registration. It will appear only when your registration starts. Okay, don't forget about it. And then you choose course registration. And here you can find and select your courses. For example, rhetoric and composition, and then add to selected courses.
Okay.
Is it test?
I think it's not test. I think it's a real one. Yes. You can go back to test and then show that you don't have to send to advisor to save your schedule. If you press the button pre-register, it will be saved automatically without sending to advisor. So do not send to advisor just to save the schedule. Can we show it again on test register?
Okay, so are you asking about send to advisor?
So the student thinks that he or she will have to send to advisor because she wants to save the course.
Okay.
I'm saying that it doesn't work like that.
So as you can see, all of them are green and I'm registered for all these courses. And then I send to advisor. It asks me again. So I click yes. And as you can see, I can drop them.
Yes, you cannot drop them, you cannot add any courses, so it will be your final schedule. So do not send to your advisor unless you are sure that it's your preferred schedule. There is a question. I want to register for History of Kazakhstan on the second priority and leave rhetoric and composition for the second semester. Is this a wise decision? In this case, I would say anyway you can register for rhetoric and composition, just to be sure that, and then you can drop it when you will be registering for the History of Kazakhstan class. Okay, there is a question about exams. I don't think it's related to this session, so we will skip it. You will get notified about final exams from your professors. So tomorrow from 10 to 11, we should send the schedule to advisor. No. You have to send your schedules to your advisor when you are ready, after all the priorities, after you add all the courses, after you drop the courses if you want. So it will happen in the end of the August, probably, because the deadline is August 31st. Is it okay to have 2 labs in the same day? I think it's a question for Maxime. Unmute yourself.
Yes, sorry. I would say that it is okay to have 2 labs in one day, but I would not advise you to do this because you will have 2 deadlines due to the same day, and it can be very hard. I would say leave 1 lab for the beginning of the week and another lab for the end of the week, so that you have all your deadlines like evenly distributed.
Okay.
But if you don't have any other options, I think that it's okay, because some engineering courses have labs only once in 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Not every week.
Can I be in the waiting list in rhetoric and composition, but still register for history, just in case if school will not provide with extra seats? Okay, I see.
No, you cannot, because even if you are in waiting list, the system will not give you, it will not allow you to register for both courses, because
Yes.
you have more than,
36
because you,
credits, right?
yes.
Yes. So if you have more than 36 credits, even if it's in the waiting list, you cannot register more courses. Yes, this mock page will be open till midnight, not till 2:30 p.m. For example, okay, this is, I think, at the end of the summer. Could you please repeat what does mean waiting list? Asel.
It means that you are not registered for this course, but if someone drops the course, you can be registered, but it doesn't guarantee you that you can register the course.
How is the practice website called? Please check chat. We've sent the link already. Test registrar is not working. If your account is not recognized, please email help desk. I'm gonna write their email in the chat. So please email them and ask for help. Engineering hundreds, maximum capacity is 300. There are more than 500 enrolled engineering students. How do you know about the number of engineering students? And I think they calculated it properly, and capacity will be enough for everybody, I think. How do we know how many lectures or labs do we need?
As I said before, you need to register everything that is under the same abbreviation. For example, physics 1 day, This 161, you need to register for the lecture, for the recitation, and for the lab. One of each of them.
Yes. When labs will start? Will they start from the first week?
No, usually labs do not start from the first week. They usually start on the second or even on the third week. You will get notified about it via emails.
Does it mean that, okay, does it mean that some students are not going to take this course? Aisha, can you please clarify your question? How we can sign into the register with your real name and surname and your real password? Is a seat considered taken as soon as I choose the lab, lecture, and etc.? Or is it reserved only after the schedule is sent to advisors?
Your seat is taken by you when you press the button pre-register. So you just register the course and you are safe here.
Okay, and then your course should be shown in green, that it shows that your course is taken by you. Will lectures be held in Zoom or professors will just send the presentation and something to them? Well, I think it will depend on the professor and it's not relevant to this session. Check handbook. Yes, it's right. Check our academic handbook for more information. Can I find some reflections of students on the instructors? Not from us, not from peer advisors. So you can just ask some students on some social media if you want. Will my professor allow me to skip one of lectures during the first week if I have serious reason? Also, it's not relevant to the session, but if you have some reason to miss the class, you have to contact your school manager, and your professor. So they should know, and they should give you a permission. Okay. After this question, I think all the questions that are not related to this session will be dismissed. This question is, what if I want to change my major to CS in the after second semester? What courses should I register for this semester? You have to register courses according to your current major, not for your probably future major. So nobody guarantees that you will be accepted to computer science. So you have to follow your current program. Is it very important to not submit your schedule very rashly? I think you can answer these questions.
Yes, it is important that you do not rush, and keep in mind that even if you do not send your schedule, it will send automatically at the end of the August. So never rush sending it before the time comes.
Do we need to press any button to finish the registration or changes to be applied? I think it's about a pre-register button. Can you show it just clearly that it's a pre-register button that
I can't do it because I sent it to my advisor.
Okay. So there is a pre-register button. I think I can. You can use another account if you want.
Okay.
Another test account. .sst maybe.
Okay. For instance, I want to register rhetoric and composition.
Course registered.
can drop it. So let's say I'm choosing the section number 38. Here it is. And I need to press the button pre-register. And only after pressing this button, I am registered for this course.
Okay, the next question. I can leave the share screen there. I think there will be some questions. If we ask for extra place to a certain course, will it be given to us for sure? No, it's not for sure. It should be approved by your advisor, by the instructor, and also by the vice dean of the school. So it's pretty difficult to have an extra place because it's given in some exceptional cases. Who can we contact to illustrate our probable schedule, whether it has been conducted correctly or not, to for civils especially? You can already contact your advisor. Please email him or her, and you should be supported, and I think you should get an answer from them. Maybe some life hacks. Do you have some life hacks?
Yes, as I said before, it's not a life hack. It's like a really important thing to write down. It was quite uncomfortable for me to move from one tab to the second. So I usually use a piece of paper or notebook where I have all these course codes. And also, as I said before, you can copy this course code. So you just paste it and don't spend time on typing it.
But it really depends on you, because some people type faster than copy and pasting. So if you have a very fast typing experience, you can do it by typing. Okay, about not logging into test registry, you should contact help desk. Okay, this question was answered. Is it possible to register programming 151 and engineering 100 at the same time? No, I don't think so, but you have to contact your advisor to be sure. Why should we register Calculus 1 before Physics 1? I think it was explained, but can you explain one more time?
Yes, because physics, it has a co-requisite. It means that you can take this courses at the same time, at once in one semester. But Calculus 1, it doesn't have a core requisite, but physics does. So if you choose physics before calculus, you cannot register. Register calculus 1 and only after that physics, because the program will not, the system will not allow you to register physics.
Is it possible that I will not be able to register for my mandatory course if the maximum number of people exceeds? It can happen rarely, but if this course in your first priority and this course is only for your major, this kind of situations do not happen very often. I have received an email from test registrar about waiting list status. Is it okay? It's okay. They are just notifying you. Registrar system will notify you when you have, I think when you have added from the waiting list, you will be notified. I think many of the questions are answered.
Also, there are people who are raising their hands.
Yes, can we answer them because I think okay, Amanjol, now we are allowing you. Can you talk? Amanjol. Amanjol? Hello?
My question was already answered.
Please speak louder, we can't hear you.
My question was already answered. Thank you.
Okay. If your question was already answered, you can just lower your hands, okay? Ali Yisingeldin, I am allowing you to. Okay.
No, I think I got the difference between the sections.
We can't hear you, please. Can you speak louder?
Wait.
What? I think he got the answer already. Okay. Aisha. Aisha Marbekova. Can you hear us, Aisha? Okay, we will move to next one. Sultan Sadvakasov.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So I got a question about the sections and the amounts of labs, you know. How can we know how many labs or how many lectures should we have in one lesson? I don't know.
I think I said
Do you understand my question?
Yes, I think I said you can just open the course schedule document and then show that it has to be one abbreviation.
Wait. Okay, thank you.
Now we will show you, Sultan.
Oh,
I'm
thanks.
Do you see the
Do you see my screen?
Yeah, I see it.
So for example, physics 161, under this abbreviation, I have a lecture. I also have a physics lab, and I also have a recitation. So it means that you need to register all of them.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that
Okay,
it?
thank you.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
thank
Shaik Altair. Altair.
Yes, hello. I want to ask about exams. When will the exams be? I missed your answer for.
Okay,
on lectures or laboratories.
Okay, I said that first of all, it's not relevant to the session, but it will be informed by your professor. So you will receive the syllabus, and there you can have all the information about the course, about course exams, about midterms, quizzes, assignments, or final papers. So you will receive all the information from your professor on the Moodle.
Yes, but regularly on lectures, labs, or recitations, yes, because we have on FIP only on Wednesdays.
So I think that I can answer. Usually we have midterms on lectures, but at the end of the semester there will be a final examination schedule. You can find it in quick links here. If you download it, you can see that it can be even on Sunday or on Saturday. So final exams have their schedules.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the next, Irasul.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I have a question about waiting list. For example, I for example, I choose to be in a waiting list for one time slot, but I'm in the last part of waiting list and probably I will not be enrolled into the time slot because there are not enough places, or for example, no capacity increase. Then will you ask me to choose another time slot, or I should drop the course? For example, if it is core curriculum, core course.
Can you answer it, Anastassia?
Yes, there are always other sections that are free, and usually advisors ask you to choose another section because there are still available seats.
But what if these another time slots are not appropriate for my schedule, that they overlap with other courses? What should I do?
In that case, you have to contact your advisor and discuss your case. But most of the time, if there are slots and available seats in different sections, extra places will not be processed.
Thank you.
Okay, we will move on. Shakarim.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, I have a question. It might seem like inappropriate, but I want to ask, for example, if while the registration, the electricity is off in my house, or like such unpredictable cases might happen. So what can I do in such circumstances? What can you suggest me?
I think if you know on the news that electricity will be switched off or turned off, you have to contact maybe your friends, maybe your family members to register for you. But in cases of emergency, just have to contact the school and your advisor, and you will discuss the situation.
And for example, can my advisor register for me?
No.
No?
No. So if you know that there will be no electricity at that time, at the time of registration, you have to come up with some different idea or ask your friends to register for you.
Because right now I'm in a village with 5 houses only, and it's a big problem here. So that's why I'm asking.
Okay, but it's better to be safe. Maybe you can go to the city for one day, for a week, and just for the registration, just to be safe. Because if you don't have electricity, you just not even register, but you cannot study without electricity, right? So.
Yes, of course, and you can ask your friends from other courses, maybe senior, sophomore, junior students, and because they have registration at another time, so they can register you, but it's still your responsibility.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Madaniyat.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
I wanted to ask, is it better to have HOC online in first semester, and if the second semester will be offline, I will have rhetoric? Like, is it better to have rhetoric online or offline?
I don't think there is a better or worse, because it can, I mean, the difficulty can be different from between HOC and rhetoric and composition. But also, we don't have experience of having the whole semester online. We just had only the half of the semester in spring, so nobody knows how it will turn out for each course. So there is no different answer.
I guess that exams will be open book, but during the offline semester, they are usually closed book. So there is a difference.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Tamirlan, Bispayev.
Hello,
Kusayev.
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Ask, on the test register, will the numbers, time, and professors of different lectures and lab be matching on the actual register?
Can you say it clearly because we can't hear you?
I'm saying that will the numbers and the professors match on the test register and on the actual register?
No, you have to look it up on the real register on the course schedule document, because
Oh, okay.
otherwise it can differ. It's not the exact same thing.
So I should look on the
Real
in the file, not
register,
on the test register, yes?
yes, in the file for the real register.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think we have the last one, Anwar Turikhanov.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So the registration only starts tomorrow, and it goes until the end of the August.
Yes.
Yes.
Your question?
And also, does registering to a course, not pre-registering to a section, save us places to the course?
If you don't press the button pre-register, it will not save the course in your schedule. So you can lose the course if you don't push the pre-register button.
Okay, thank you.
So you have to always do not forget to press pre-register button.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any other? Bachatchan.
Hello.
Hi.
Could you please tell me, I didn't hear, will our seats be saved after us if we pre-register our courses, or even if we do not send it to advisors?
Yes, you don't have to send to your advisor. You just have to pre-register course, and this seat will be taken by you. That's it. Is that all?
Yes.
Okay. Will Marcus.
Hello, we have another session with admissions right now.
Okay, if you don't have any questions, you can go.
Thank you, bye.
Janelle.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
I've asked you a question in Q&A session, but it's actually a help. So I texted help desk because my test register wasn't working, but they're not replying me. And you said that this register is going to close at 12 p.m. today. So what should I do? I haven't practiced yet, so like I'm panicking right now. Do you have any acquaintances from help desk so they can fix the technical issues that I have? My register is working, but test register isn't working, but I entered the same data. What should I do?
I don't have any people that I know at help desk.
Big let's address this question to IT, and if there is any answer, we will probably
will notify you. I think please be, I sent chat with peer advisors in the chat, and we will notify you there.
Okay, thank you very much.
Also, may I answer one question? There's a question about one student wants to take rhetoric course, and then he wants to drop this course and take the history, but I want to say that please note that before the second priority registration, it's written here that registration will be disabled for everyone except, for example, senior students. So it will be open only from the 12 o'clock. So this button, course registration, will appear only at 12 o'clock. And if you want to register the course, you also will need to drop the course. And you can like spend time on dropping the course. Just don't forget that this button will disappear.
Okay. Any other questions? Because there are a lot of questions in the Q&A section. I don't think we can answer all of them. And also many of them are repeating. So please ask your questions by raising your hand. What's the major of Maxim?
My major is physics.
So I'm assuming that there are no live questions, right? I think we have 15-20 minutes to answer the questions, so I will try to read them quickly. Is it okay to have different instructors for lab and lectures of the same course? Yes.
Yes, it is okay.
Okay, I can log into register, but not to the register. Okay, you have to contact IT help desk. We will try to raise this question with IT too, and we will notify you on the chat. Okay, are there any significant differences between having 3 lessons and 2 lessons per week? If you pick Tuesday, Thursday lessons, I'll always study extra weeks. Okay, I get the question. Well, when you choose Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the lectures are mostly only for 50 minutes. And when you have lectures on Tuesday and Thursday, they are 75 minutes. So they are the same actually. Should we write something in boxes near instructor, school, and so on? You can, but it will take more time, and by that time you enter all this info, registration can be over. If I take rhetorics on 12th, will I be able to take history of Kazakhstan on 13th, just right after I drop rhetorics? Yes, if you drop the course before that, you can register for the course. I think this question is for Maxim. Is it better to have same professor for lecture and recitation?
No, it's not better. I would say it is the same, but keep in mind that the most important professor is the one who leads your lecture, because he is the one that will be evaluating you.
Where I have to go for re-registration? Yes, registrar.nu.edu.kz. Students of SETS can take any courses from other schools. Now we advise you to follow your program, and most of the engineering majors have specific courses for each year and each semester. Do you have any people? Anwar Turikhanov. Okay.
So yeah, there is a new button called student requests on registrar. Do we need to use this button, or there will appear some new button?
What do you mean student requests? For registration of the courses?
Yeah, you press the student request and it shows buttons for different forms, like add course, drop course.
Okay.
Yeah, this one.
It's a different button because it's just to have approvals for the forms, but for the registration of the course, you have to have another button. Asir, can you show us?
Oh, we don't need to think about this stuff.
Yes, you don't register here at student requests. You have to register on a different, from a different button. Do you have a button there? Yes, but this button, course registration button.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Cool. Assess taken course. Yes, instructor of the lecture will assess the course, not the recitation, and not tutorial. Only the instructor of the lecture. But if the lab is taken separately from the course, then lab will be assessed separately. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand and I will unmute you. So there is a good question. So since all of my courses are on the first priority, should I send the timetable to advisor right after having registered on 12th of August? I wouldn't recommend that because till the drop or add deadline, you can change your mind or take another section or timetable or another professor. So in case of the worst scenario, please just leave it there and do not send to advisor till the deadline. Yes, pre-register button save a seat for you. But you have to remember that when you are registering, when you pre-register, it can show either, I think, green or yellow, right? Can you show the registration page? Because after pre-register, your course should be indicated in green. It means that you have taken the class like that. If it's
okay, let's choose, for example, the section number 5. Okay, it's time clash. Also time clash.
You can drop the calculus one then.
Yes. So, for example, here I have the section 24. No, it's also time clash. Okay. Section number 26. We see that there are 18 enrolled students, and there is a red round. So it means that all seats are taken by other students, but wait list is green. So there are still available seats in the waiting list, so you can pre-register. But it's written that you will be placed on waiting list. This course will be yellow in your course schedule.
So if you are registered for the course, it will be green. If you are waitlisted, it will be yellow. I think we have answered all the questions. If you have Other questions, can you just raise your hand? Sira, are you answering for the questions?
Yes.
Can you please repeat the professors that appear on test register and real register may not be the same? The information may not be the same. So please check real register and real course schedule document. Because test register doesn't mean it will be the real registration. It's just for the practice, not to choose specific professors. I think we have answered all the questions and we can finish now.
Someone is asking, when will we start attending our courses? Did we answer this question? Because registration is open till 31st of August. No, the classes start it's on the August 17, right? So you should attend all these classes that you registered from the August 17.
Any other important questions?
There's somebody asking, who is the TBA instructor? TBA means to be announced. So you do not know who the instructor is yet, but it will be known later.
Is there a chance to move the deadline for test register to tomorrow? No, it will be closed at midnight because some students confuse test register and with the real register, and we have to close test register just to be sure that students will find the real register. Because if you have registered all the courses on the test register, it's not real, and you can lose all of your courses. I think that's all. For now, we hope everything is clear about the registration. So thank you. Have a good day.